Guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport over in York, Nebraska. Just finished with my Sure. I feel great. Anyways, heading to the house. But I wanted to so I don't know if you guys know about the diesel shortages. I'm sure you do. The food shortages. I'm sure you do. The water situation. I'm sure you do. And if you don't, I hope you do on all three of these. But this is pretty alarming. So I listen to other channels, and as you guys know, I'm a preparer. I'm a preparedness guy. So I listen to other preparedness channels. I don't understand how these guys, and there's a few of them out there, like this Alaska prepper guy, nice guy, gives solid info, but basically all these prepping channels seem to do is, well, not the like the survival channels, but like the prepping channels, Marfugal News, Alaska Prepper, Canadian Prepper, all these other guys, whatever the case is. It's like they read these articles, so they regurgitate the news that they read, but then they tell you on the other side of their mouth, they say, "Oh, you can't trust mainstream media," and I'm one of those guys too, right? But I don't tell you. I'm not sitting here reading articles, whatever. However, there is an article that I am going to go to on Bloomberg. Who knows if it's true? But there's a diesel oil shortage coming, they say. Like the toilet paper, now it's tampons and the baby formula and everything else. But, so they're saying that in the next 4 to 8 weeks there's supposed to be a diesel oil shortage. So we're stocking up. I don't use synthetic in the truck. I got an older truck. I know some guys and gals swear by synthetic. Just in the truck stop right now. Anyways, about to take off here. So we're stocking up. So we have, I don't know if you guys have farm and fleets or fleet farms in your neck of the woods. We're from Wisconsin. And when I did a PM on my truck at the shop, I saw they had, and I use 5-gallon jugs or 5-gallon buckets, because if you don't know about semis typically take 10 to 11 gallons of oil. Excuse me. And my friends that are obviously not truck drivers, they're like astonished, like, no, that can't be right. I'm like, yeah, it is. They're huge engines. Can you imagine what a ship takes, or a train, a locomotive? And here's another thing. So you have people that, trains run on diesel fuel. Trains need diesel oil. Ships run on, unless they're like state of the art, ship, but they, from what I'm aware of, the majority of them run on diesel. So they all need diesel oil. So anyway, we just buy it up by the 5-gallon buckets. You save yourself a lot more money. I see guys still buying gallons and they're doing their own PMs, or don't do that, man. Don't save yourself some money. If you have a farm and fleet or a fleet farm in your area, and I was unaware of this, Cody Alexander, I know you watch my videos. What's up, brother? He had told me a few years back when he worked with us at our shop, that the farm and fleet brand, the dad passed away, and the two brothers inherited the business. They got into a squabble. They split the company, and now they're building, or they named one section farm and fleet and the other fleet farm, so you can distinguish between the two. I didn't know that. So anyways, so I did some math, and Amazon had a 55-gallon drum or a 50-gallon drum for like $784 with free delivery, so $784. It was 15 W40 or whatever, 10 W40. And you'd have to get a pumper for it. So, but we have a shop. Excuse me, it's gross. I'm sorry, but I'm sure my. But then when I did the math, it came out to like 17 or 19 bucks a gallon for oil. But then when I did the Farm and Fleet brand, now people will probably make fun of me. We use 15W50, I think it is, which is a little heavier weight. And I had a gallon of Lucas oil stabilizer in. And I know I've heard, gripes from some people, support from others. You do you, I do me, right? So I got my oil changed when I was on the road years ago. I wasn't able to get back to the house. So I stopped in Wamsutter, Wyoming, and the tech that was doing my oil change was like, was I supposed to do a PM on your truck? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, are you sure you're due for a PM? I said, mm-hmm. He's like, your oil looks really good. And this is a guy who changed a lot of oil, right? And he's like, what do you use? What type of synthetic? I said, I don't use synthetic. And he's like, what? I said, no. I said, I use a cheaper Farm and Fleet brand, or Fleet Farm, whichever we get it from, the W50. And I add a gallon of Lucas oil stabilizer. And he's like, wow. He said, your oil's really healthy. So anyway, so I continued doing that. And then you get some guys, oh no, only use synthetic because you got to change it twice or less, So with a regular non-synthetic, you got to change it twice as often, I guess, or whatever. I get it. But for a 5-gallon bucket, we're paying $59, and the oil stabilizer costs $148 for 4 bottles on Amazon for a gallon, for 4 gallons. That's not bad. I don't know. Like I said, I'm doing me, you do you. But so they're saying that there's oil shortages or diesel oil shortages coming. So you should. I did the math on the 5 gallons, and it ended up being like $11 a gallon or whatever. Take obviously 5 and divide it into 59, and of course you got tax on there. But I'm just telling you guys, if there is, you guys should try to stock up now. You're only going to use it anyways, right? So if you're doing an oil change a month, and so you're going to need 10 gallons plus a gallon of oil stabilizer if you're doing it my way, or if you don't, then you're just going to need 10 to 11 gallons. You should probably, because they're talking like a year of not having diesel motor oil. I'm like, and of course you can't believe everything you hear, right? I'm just saying we're pre-ordering, so we already got 8 fivers at the shop, and then when I'm heading to the house now, I'll show you guys something too. So anyway, so if you guys don't know about Lake Mead is dropping crazy fast, to where they're not even going to be able to launch their boats there pretty soon. It's pretty wild. And then Lake Powell's going down, whatever the case is. So how did when Trump was in office, right? And I voted for him. I'm not a huge fan of him now. I think he's part of the good old boy club. I think he had a lot to do with all this stuff, but we won't get political on it, because this all started on his watch, is my belief. But I think our country's better with him than without him, right? But how was it when he was in office a few years ago? I don't know, we're all bitching about fuel prices and this and that, and like I literally have been doing like 64, 65 miles an hour, and I'm getting really good fuel mileage. So that's what I'm sticking with, to absorb the cost of them gouging us so bad. Okay, so anyways, oh shit, I should probably go on my damn pre-trip right now while I'm sitting here gabbing. But I wanted to show you guys. Of course, I'm unplugged, so I got to manually put it in. York, Nebraska, pre-trip. All right, sorry, I figure I'm gabbing at myself. So, excuse me. How do we go from having, and literally they had so much oil that the oil brokers, they didn't have anywhere to put it. And you can't just, I guess, turn the tap off for the oil coming out. I guess it's just not, but however. So the oil brokers were literally paying people to take the oil. They weren't getting paid for the oil. They were paying people to take the oil because they had nowhere to put it. How do you go from that to all of a sudden now we have shortages? I truly believe it's about population control. Obviously, that's my crazy side, right? My preparedness side. However, if you look at things today, food shortages, meat, fuel, water, oil. So what do all those? Who needs all that stuff to operate? It would be the United States government for a war, because I was in the military. I'm a vet. I was in an airborne unit overseas, and our Humvees were all diesel. All the deuce and a halves and whatever were all diesel. I'm not a transport guy. Well, I'm a transport guy now, but ships, tanks, trains. So do you think that the government is hoarding all this stuff because we are going into war? I think that's quite possible. I don't know how they be draining Lake Mead. Is there, because the government, if you don't know about Lake Mead, that's where the Hoover Dam is, and our government built the Hoover Dam. Did they put some sort of draining system in there that it drains to some underground facility? I know it sounds crazy, but did they? I don't know. Well, people are talking about Lake Mead and they're like, how is this going down so rapidly? Like I said, the government did the Hoover Dam. Did they make some sort of, drain plug or something? I don't know. But I wouldn't doubt anything now. So if you're looking at, okay, well, where we at for diesel, where we at for gas, where we at for diesel oil, the shortage of oil, the shortage of food coming, the shortage of water, the shortage of goods coming for well, the government's going to need all that stuff if they go to war. Everything will literally be shut down. So is that what's happening? It's not just, out of the blue, like everything's, come on. How do you go 2 years ago, fuel prices were so low and oil was so plentiful that they were paying people to take it to this? It doesn't make any sense. Think about it logically. Ask yourself some logical questions, right? So anyways, I just wanted to warn you guys, stock up on diesel oil. You're going to use it, and I would have at least 6 months. So if you're going to do the 5-gallon buckets like we do, you're going to need 12 buckets if you're doing one oil change a month, if you need 6 months, right? So, and it wouldn't hurt to do a year. I know things are expensive right now, but if this is true and that shit does go like you can't get it anywhere, can you imagine what your oil will be worth? Oh my God. 100, I don't know about 100 times, but 10 times more than you paid for it, if not more. You got to keep running your truck to make money. Anyways, we're stocking up, so I would advise you guys do the same thing. I'm heading to the house. So I've been out for almost 3 weeks. Monday will be 3 weeks. Today is Saturday, July 2nd. And so I had I did it from Wisconsin down to Illinois, picked up a load going out to Cali, dropped it, picked up a load in Cali, dropped it to Georgia, over to Phoenix, over to Cali, over to Colorado, And then Colorado, knowing, when you go into Colorado, Colorado's been shit for years. 4 years. These brokers want to load your trucks heavy with a tarp. And my big ass don't mind tarp, and that's what I got on here right now. But I'm going to show you guys, because the freight, the rates, and they've always been shit. I'm a man of principle. I will not put that shit on our trucks. I will fucking not do it. So, from Loveland, Colorado, where I delivered at that, they got that reservoir, that water reservoir coming from North Dakota down to Colorado. Going through Colorado, I don't know what, but anyway, I never heard of it until I just had one big piece of pipe, and there was a bunch of us trucks that got loaded in Adelanto, California, going to Loveland. So, anyways, I lost my train. Oh, so I was looking for freight, and this was on Thursday morning. I got empty, so I had been checking the load board ever since before I got loaded in Adelanto. Right before I got loaded, I'm on the board looking for a load out of Loveland. Nothing. I mean, they got loads, but you don't want to put that shit. I mean, I was sending my wife pictures. Hi, baby girl, I love you. And I was like, this shit isn't even $1 a mile. And I can't believe people are putting that shit on their truck. But again, I'm just paying for my fuel to go to a better spot. Dumbass, we're always paying for the fuel to go to another spot. Stop doing that. So I was gonna deadhead home. It was from Loveland, Colorado. It was a little over 1,000 miles. I was gonna deadhead home, and the reason why was I figured Thursday I got empty. I looked for a load, nothing. Friday, still nothing. I looked into Friday. I could have waited till Friday morning, which I had to for this other load. And then I figured, well, either one, if I don't get anything on Friday, I'm stuck in shitty-ass Colorado by myself, either idling the truck if it's warm or humid. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and so Friday, Saturday, well, actually Thursday night, but you don't really count that. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4 days of idling the truck or in a hotel at $150 or $200 a night because it's a holiday weekend, maybe even more than that. And then obviously my sanity, because I'm just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Braces are all just done. I'm waiting for my other ones to come back to the house, but they had to order me some more. But so yeah, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna deadhead home. I get way better loads out of Wisconsin, Chicago area anyways. Why wouldn't I just deadhead home? Because it's gonna cost me more if I stay in Colorado than it would be if I just deadhead home on my own fuel. So, but I got lucky, and I looked at, I don't know about lucky, but I got a partial, and I'll show you guys. I'm gonna put you on pause. I'll show you. I'll take you outside. I gotta look at my truck real quick anyways. Hey guys, so I got this a tarped Michael here, you love that. This one, it's a tarp, or it's a injection molding machine. But anyways, look at all that fucking deck space I have. Look at all that deck space I have. Look at all that deck space I have. And then my guy Rusty calls me. Anyways, I had to tarp it. So this load, 15,000 pounds, tarped. I had to go down to Monument, Colorado, which 90-mile deadhead, and it paid $1,500. Not a gazillion dollars, right? Oh God, that's only like $1.50 a mile. Well, I was going. Put you on pause. So I was going home anyways, empty. So this is actually a bonus. It's like, yeah, I don't mind tarping. My big ass needs the exercise anyways. And so it's going from an hour from the shop to Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Our shop's in Burlington. So yeah, it's not paying a shit ton, but this load, believe it or not, was paying just as much or more than shit going up to Minnesota. That's absolutely crazy. And like I said, it's a partial. Partials don't pay a shit ton anyways. Well, they actually sometimes partials pay more than like this one here, but $1,500 isn't a shit ton. However, I was going home empty anyways. Whatever. So, and then I already booked the load. So I'll be home at the house. This has got to be, well, the guy said it doesn't matter when it's delivered. But I'm going to deliver Tuesday morning. And then I already booked an oversized going out of Stratford, Wisconsin, 9 wide, which is a super baby oversize, going from Stratford, Wisconsin over to Seattle, paying $7,000. And it's like 12,000 pounds, tarped. But the thing is, my point, guys, is the freight is out there. So the broker initially put that load on the board for $6,000. I said, I can't do that. And I looked at the 30-day average, it was $6,700. I told him, and it's for ZMAG, a company we do a lot of loads for. And they're a good broker, but we're a good carrier. So the point being is, I saw it like 2 minutes later, and I was like, I should probably call on it. So I called them, I said, hey, listen, I can't do it for that money, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay, fair enough. So you can budge on the rate. The thing is your rates going out of a shit. That's why, and I'm sure you guys are aware of this, or maybe you're not. Loads, you see, like, oh man, like, holy shit, that's paying a lot of money going somewhere. But then that means it's probably a shit. It's either one, a hot load, or two, it's a shit area you're going into and you're not going to get shit out. So if they don't have shit out, or if they have loads that are shit paying, don't take it. Deadhead. Guys, the freight's not going to get any better. Freaking temple right here, I think. It's not going to get any better if you keep slitting your own fucking throat. I'm sorry. It's just not going to get any better. Be a person of principles. Stop slitting your own throat. Stop it. And then bitch about the fuel prices a bit. Well, and that now, okay, so now I'm telling you about the diesel oil shortage. I don't know for a fact, but I did bring up an article. And it says, well, actually, I'm not going to read it because I got to thump my tires. I got to get down the road. My wife's waiting for me to get home. It's on Bloomberg. Just go and just Google. And again, like I said, who knows if it's true, right? You can't trust anything the media is telling you, right? But again, you're going to use the oil anyways. Might as well, why not roll the dice and take a chance? What if, right? But it says diesel prices likely to stay unfixed by oil refining revival. And this was done on the 22nd or the 15th of June. A wave of new oil refining capacity that's coming on, blah, blah, blah. You guys can look it up. I'm not going to be one of these other people that just sits here and regurgitates the news and then say, oh, can you buy me a cup of coffee? Can you put money on my PayPal? But yeah, I'm trying to help you. They say I love these guys. Their videos are monetized. They talk about how they love their community. Guys, I do this for you guys. Really. So why do I have to watch a shit ton of commercials when you tell me what's going on? And you're just literally regurgitating, they're literally reading articles off the computer. And then you got the nerve to say, oh, can you go fund me on this? Or can you buy me a cup of coffee? Or if you're a prepper and you want to truly help out the prepper community, why do you have monetized videos? Why do you even, say, oh, can you buy me a cup of coffee and your Patreons and all this other shit? It's like, are you really, you're in it to make a buck. You're not out to, you're helping people in the long run, I guess, but they talk out of both sides of their mouth. Oh, I'm here I do this for you guys. No, you don't. You do it for yourself, because if you did it for your community, you wouldn't monetize your videos. There would be no videos. You wouldn't have the cup of coffee thing. You wouldn't have the Patreon, whatever the case is. And I get it. It's a full-time gig probably for some of these people. Then go to a part-time gig and get a full-time job. Job, J-O-B, job. Anyways, now I'm just being stupid. But guys, gals, if you're worried about what you should be really worried about what's coming up. I personally think it's our country preparing for war. Because why? I think they're hoarding this stuff because they need water for the troops. They need food for the troops. They need that's a gnarly ass nail. Sorry. They need oil for their diesel motors. They need diesel fuel for their diesel motors. Blah blah blah. Right? Just think about it. The IRS just bought like 700,000 rounds. Like, is it so that we can't buy any more rounds, or is it that they're preparing for some? Who knows, man? You guys think about it, man. Think about things logically, man. It just does not make any sense what's going on. It makes absolutely no sense. So, anyways, I hope it was informative. I hope you guys are getting ready for whatever. And like I said, if you have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen, you're prepared for a fire, right? If you have car insurance, you're prepared for an accident. If you have home, I could name so many different things. So why not just have some extra food, water, oil, fuel, whatever the case is, right? So, anyways, I gotta thump my tires, clean my windows, my mirrors, and get home to my baby. So I'm only home for a few days. So, anyways, I hope this video finds you well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.